Hey guys, welcome to my channel, Realm of Ori. In this video, we will continue with Volume 19, Interlude, The Army of Justice, Part 2. If you haven't watched the previous video or chapter, you can find the link in the description below. And before we start, this video contains spoilers from Tensura Light Novel. And by the way guys, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on the bell icon to get notifications for upcoming videos. So without further ado, let's get into the video. Now, let's determine the next point of attack. Isn't it time to go on the offensive? Oh no, we're planning a coordinated assault, utilizing the strengths of the aggressors. Actually, Fenn, you will serve as the decoy. A decoy. Then who is the real target? The first thing I want you to understand is our objective. Dino wondered what the objective could be. It was likely something absurd, like bringing back Veldanava. Of course, Dino would be delighted if Veldanava were revived. Doesn't Veldanava-sama have his own reasons? Maybe Feldway became too troublesome for him, or perhaps he wanted to step back until humans had matured. Those who speak on behalf of the god are the most troublesome. They can twist your beliefs without your consent when you openly express a different interpretation. It appears Lumina's had a hard time dealing with this, which is why she claimed to have stopped appointing humans as the Pope. Reviving Veldanava-sama requires the Veldora factor as a necessary component. However, there is one more obstacle we must not forget. Isn't that right? Looking around, Dino noticed that everyone maintained a serious and impassive expression. Celerio seemed to cling to the fact that he was dominated and was ready to completely disregard Feldway. Leon had just arrived and didn't appear to be following or interested in the conversation. The same went for Fenn and Jahil. Fenn and Jahil were unfamiliar with the question, as it was still new to them. Pico and Ingracia didn't seem to know either. They hid behind Dino, seeking solace in ignorance. The other members of the Seven Angels were not Feldway's friends, but rather useful pawns. Their opinions were not the ones he sought, and Dino was the one who had to handle them. Is this some kind of joke? Just because Kagali and Yuki are gone, I'm expected to take charge of the thinking. Do you wish to hear about it? He responded with a suggestive smile, and Feldway nodded approvingly. I was right. He's too clever for his own good and doesn't value others' opinions. I thought I could have a meaningful conversation with him by simply praising him. That's correct. Dino is right. We must eliminate this anomaly, Masayuki. In the unlikely event that Rudra is resurrected through Masayuki, there's no guarantee it won't affect Michael-sama. Now that Veldora is trapped in that troublesome labyrinth, our next target is Masayuki. If we start with him and gradually weaken their forces, he'll have no choice but to reveal himself. Dino wanted to somehow inform Masayuki that he was being targeted, but with Michael's strengthened control, he couldn't think of a way to do so. Even using the telepathy net with Rimuru would be seen as a clear act of betrayal. The only option left was to hope for a fortunate coincidence, but that seemed highly unlikely, so Dino gave up. All he could do now was pray for his own safety. So, do you know where Masayuki is? That's a valid question, Dino. In that regard, Velzert. Yes, indeed. Based on Velgrin's presence, I have a rough idea of his location. There are several places within the Empire, and one in the kingdom of Ingracia where the girl is sensing something. The energy is completely concealed, but my eyes cannot be deceived. Velzert, the Frost Dragon, possessed cognitive abilities equal to or even surpassing Milim's Milim eye. She had no trouble detecting the presence of her siblings, let alone other individuals. As they focused on the western region governed by Dagrul, the central western area ruled by Luminas shifted from emitting white light to red light. Feldway pointed to the red light. This indicates that Masayuki is here in Ingracia. Vega, I leave it to you to launch the attack there. What do you think? Leave it to me. It's my former home, with numerous hidden passages that nobody knows about. I'll sneak in and take care of this Masayuki kid. Celerio, you will lead the entire army to provide support. Find out what Lumina's is planning, and if she makes a move, stop her. And if she doesn't, stand by. If I give the order, launch a full-scale assault on the capital of Ingracia. Understood. Also, let's proceed with caution. Jahil, remain on standby. I entrust you with overseeing my subordinates, and do whatever you can to assist Fenn. Hey, isn't that a bit much? I don't think it's necessary. Don't say that, Fenn. It's just a precaution. Once you gain control over Dagrul, you will have your own army, right? I suppose. But as long as Dagrul is alive and well, there will be times when the Titan's forces become an obstacle. And it's my job to stop them. Yes, that's correct. It's a shame they're not the ones I trained, but it can't be helped. Once I witness Fenn's victory, I will launch an attack from the west to the center. Do you mind? Sure, do as you please. After the plan was settled, Michael spoke up. I have one more thing to address. Regarding the labyrinth within Demon Lord Rimuru's domain, it's not an ideal place to be trapped. I agree with Feldway's suggestion of luring them out. Therefore, I've decided to assign Zelenius with the responsibility of Demon Lord Milim's former domain, Eurasinia. As for the capital of Ingracia and Milim's territories, Demon Lord Rimuru cannot ignore any conflicts that arise within his land. Make sure to defeat any reinforcements he sends. If we succeed, our victory will be unquestionable. However, since the ultimate goal was to capture Veldora's dragon factor, they couldn't simply wait and see. In light of that, Michael concluded that it would be best to reach that point and then carefully devise a strategy. Hey, Milim is the daughter of Veldanava-sama, you know. Do you understand that? Are there any issues? Well, I'm just concerned if it will displease Veldanava-sama. Dino, I am aware. Demon Lord Milim is the daughter of Veldanava-sama, but she is no different from us in the sense that she was created by him. There were doubts about whether Michael and Feldway genuinely held those thoughts. Their respect and loyalty seemed to be solely directed towards Veldanava, with no affection shown towards his daughter. Jahal appeared to agree, sniffing and giving Dino a mocking glance. Having experienced Milim's wrath in the past, he found pleasure in the invasion operation against Eurasinia. Jahal had no interest in Dino's opinion, which might hinder his enjoyment. This is exactly why Obra betrayed us. Their way of thinking is truly problematic. Don't worry, Dino. If my actions are wrong, he will return to correct them. If his beloved daughter is in danger, he will surely come to her aid. That is why my actions are justified. With those words, Dino found himself at a loss for a response. His old friend was no longer alive. If only he had recognized the truth earlier, perhaps he could have found a way to escape. Regret filled Dino's heart even now, and thus the plan for the Tenma Great War was established and set into motion. On that fateful day, the world was plunged into a maelstrom of turmoil as a monumental catastrophe unfolded, forever altering the course of history.